deja vu? I get it all the time, especially at the top of this show. Folks, dumps are back on the menu. That's what they tell me. I'm excited because we're dumping just in time for the voicemail dump truck on this Thursday, April 3rd, 2025. I don't know if I'm allergic to everything in the world, but I've been sick for what I want to say 2 months now. It's getting progressively worse also. Like it started like kind of okay in February and now it's like maybe it is allergies. I don't know. Maybe I'm just allergic to living life. It doesn't matter. You want to know why? Even though I've been coughing for 2 months straight, I've got my finger hovering over the cough button and I hope you've got your finger hovering over your button right now.
Always.
That's right, folks. I'm excited to talk to Jeff Grubb today.
Howdy. Are you still eating a lot of cheese?
I've never stopped. I mean, that's the one constant.
When I was coughing for like months straight after, especially after a cold, I discovered I was doing things to my throat because of dairy allergies, because it was getting in there and it was getting stuck in my throat because of dairy allergies. Is it that? Do you
if I'm allergic to dairy, hey, if I'm allergic to dairy,
I think we all are.
Listen, I get it. I don't believe in allergies anymore. That's my new stance. Niki Grayson, what don't you believe in?
Kind of America.
Well, that's pretty low hanging fruit, I feel like at this point, but sure.
Listen, you have to go to your doctor and you have to say, I want to see an allergist. And then you go to the allergist and they're going to take your blood and then you're going to say, I want you to run it for all of it. And then they're going to say, here's what you're allergic to. And then they're going to say, well, yeah, here are the trees that are in the place you live and you're allergic to those.
Yeah, I did
and
that before.
They're going to say, get a nasal spray.
Which I take.
Probably an inhaler.
Yeah, do you do the Flonase? The Flonase.
I do Flonase and Zyrtec. Listen, I've done the scratch test. I mean, maybe I'm due for like a new one. It's been maybe
changes.
It changes. What never changes? Mike Minotti's lovable presence. How are you, Mike Minotti?
I'm scared that I have to stop eating dairy sometime.
I mean, honestly, the biggest L is cheese, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
Like losing cheese.
Yeah. Like that's what it's all about, to be clear. Like I don't care about yogurt. I don't care about milk, but I love cheese. And I basically haven't been able to clear my throat properly for like 4 years now. And I guess the one thing I haven't done since then is stop eating cheese. And
This is so crazy. Y'all are telling on yourselves so big right now.
Yeah, why?
Why?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Your bodies are actively telling you, I think you should probably stop. And you're saying, well, now hold on.
I don't know if I
took years to put two and two together. Literally years.
The milk thing is just a crackpot theory at this point. Okay? Like we have not narrowed it down. Like, come on. At 43, I'm not going to spontaneously develop a hyper allergy to milk.
That does happen,
I mean,
though.
Pretty sure
All
that's
the milk's
exactly how it works. Actually,
That's exactly how it works.
At 43,
Yes!
I developed a lot of new allergies in my 20s, but
No,
like
listen.
seasonal, not food, seasonal.
It's all fucking connected. The planet's getting hotter. The seasons are different. The ways that the animals are interacting with the plants that they eat is different. The ways that the plants that they eat are growing is different. Therefore, the milk that the cows make is different now than it was in the past. Your body also changes.
I guess.
Also,
listen,
like kids don't have
do-
dairy allergies, and then we develop them as we get older. That is how that works.
Well, sure, but look. Next week we'll have an actual doctor on the show to really lay it out on the line. I can't do this with you all right now.
Oh, you're gonna have your buddy Huberman on?
I don't. Who the fuck is that?
It's the TikTok quack doctor on there that's always saying stuff.
Oh, we should get him on.
Yeah.
No.
You guys, doesn't everyone know Dr. Nick was a warning, not a friend? Okay, like that was the thing. Everyone. We got Shawn, Turbo Shawn, running the ones and twos. Thank you for being here and all your hard work, Shawn.
For being a friend.
Yes, man. what a weird opening Golden Girls theme song that is. You know,
Yeah, but it goes
you
so
ever
hard.
listen to those lyrics? Those lyrics are so
good.
freaking weird.
It's like thank you for being a friend down the road and back
and like
again.
the card attached.
Yes.
What? You're like
card-
you're singing about a gift card. I don't know.
Yeah, well, no, it's like the card will say thank you for being a friend. Like
Yeah, I get it.
The biggest gift would be for me. Is that what they say? Or
Yeah, it's just a weird opening.
I'm a
theme
bigger
song.
fan of Hot in Cleveland, personally.
We know.
Sure.
There we
That's
go.
kind of where
Hot in
my
Cleveland.
I mean, they
Bell
should have
Light
just called that
allegiances lie.
menopause. I don't know why they just like skipped it.
I'm sorry to go back to the cheese thing. I like want to like okay, let's take a week and just not eat any cheese. And
Do
I'm
you
like,
think you could do it?
dairy. I don't know how to eat meals without cheese. Maybe I have a couple up my sleeve. Maybe I have a few.
Eat a lot of
Just
Asian
not
food.
very many.
A couple
there's
up
not
your
like-
sleeve makes it sound like reserve emergency meals when you don't have real food.
Yeah, and even those ones, they have butter in them. So it's like I just don't know what to do.
Just eat a lot of like Asian food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
But Asians are very dairy sensitive and they don't use a lot of cheese.
Right.
They do have some cheese, especially
Yeah.
in South Asia. I know.
I discovered an Asian supermarket in my neighborhood, and it's
What is
changed my shit forever.
Which one is it?
It's called Can-Am.
We don't have those here. What do they got in there? Do they have prepped food like that you can walk in there and walk out with like a meal to feed 35 people?
It is quite large. It is like the size of a regular ass, Stop and Shop or whatever. It's legit.
I love an Asian grocery store.
Yeah.
There's a seafood city near me. I like a grocery store where the people in there are like, oh, it's sick that you're in here.
Yes.
Nope.
For some
This
reason,
was
I
the
thought
opposite.
it was going to be.
This was the opposite.
No, but it was good. That's how I knew I was in the right spot. Like I got in there and they're like, "Look at this motherfucker." And I'm like,
That's
"I
where the
know."
good shit is.
I'm like,
What's the
I'm a
difference here?
tourist. Yeah, I was like, I'm a tourist.
Why would Nikki be welcoming to us not?
Perhaps a matrix that we are looking at of differences.
Yeah. We got to go to the coworker section.
Look at this guy making
callbacks.
jokes.
He's good at those.
You like making jokes.
I got jokes.
You got jokes. They're not your jokes, but you got
He's
jokes.
calling back
but
to him.
I
That works
still
for
don't.
me.
I wait for a while to steal them. Then they're called back.
Yes.
It's not stealing jokes.
Right. There's a statute of limitations on jokes, and once that expires, that's when Mikey gets right in,
That's
baby.
when I get right in there.
We usually try to do a catch up for Bakalar.
Right,
Nikki,
please.
Mike, do we have anything from this week? Lucy got married.
Have you heard about the Switch too, Jeff Bakalar?
Yeah, I'm not that impressed. I don't.
Wow. All right.
I mean, yeah, like, do I want to play Mario Kart and Donkey Kong? Of course, but like everything else, you can miss me with that.
there's
shit.
not
Wow,
much
so
else.
you don't like you hate that they made an inclusive wheelchair basketball game.
He
huh?
was messaging that to
just
me.
fills you with rage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That doesn't
He
make
called-
me mad. I just
he's
think that
calling
game
it-
looks like ass. I don't think it looks
Yeah,
good.
kinda does.
He's
I
calling
think
it
that game-
woke Rocket League, but unironic.
Whoa!
I heard all the jokes. It's like whatever. I don't care about the jokes. Fine, you want to make that. I just think that game genuinely looks bad. I just don't think it
doesn't
looks good.
Grub has said the same thing.
And like, and what situation are you? You're like, gather around, everyone, and grab your fucking snack tables. I don't understand what's happening.
You do
How
need
are we
like TV dinner
Yeah,
trays.
TV dinner trays from the 1980s. They're back just for the Switch 2. They're branded. They cost $70.
I just imagine like rubbing them on my belly. I guess I don't know. Like, what are we
that'd
What
be
are we
great.
doing?
Outside to your legs.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Your
get
Nintendo
on my
Ottoman.
legs.
rug burns on my
Lucy
legs.
got married to a stranger that she met on the street,
Yep.
Wait,
No one came
Lucy's-
to their wedding. It was
Lucy's
sad.
married?
and also nobody came to the wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
they also
shit.
created a pizza texture out of whole cloth, killing only some trees in the game Enzoi using the AI creation tool. Yeah.
Oh, okay. They were playing ends. Yes,
Yeah.
I think
What else?
I'm caught up there. Okay.
There was definitely other stuff, but I can't remember.
Nothing
Yeah,
really
it's
that
mostly
important.
Switch.
It was mostly Switch.
Yeah, I mean,
mostly
like, I'm not.
Oh.
That's not I don't have a wild take on the Switch reactions, right? Like, that's sort of what it is.
You think it
right?
should be higher price? You think that games need to be $100 already?
No, I actually thought it was going to be cheaper. I was watching the live stream and I was like, "Oh, you guys are wrong." And Grubb, you nailed it right on the money. But I think I thought it was going to be like 350. I thought they were going to be like, we'll just eat money. It doesn't matter. We need to get
Nintendo
this in
doesn't
people's
do that.
hands.
No one
Yeah.
needs money
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah. Okay, so the embargo's up on Dan being in New York. They started posting stuff today, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is not really related to anything Nintendo revealed, so it doesn't matter anyhow. In our chat, Jan sent, Mike, how long was the video? Like 2 minutes of Dan being stuck in the strap of a Switch 2 Joy-Con. Like it got tangled with like the cord that was connecting the Joy-Con so
not
no one would
get him
steal it.
out.
And he was stuck in there. They had two people, like two triple point representatives over there trying to get him detangled from the Joy-Con for 120 human seconds. And
I'm surprised they let him
and I
film
don't
it.
know if he was actually detangled at the end because I couldn't watch
He's
it anymore.
still there.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised no one from Nintendo was like, no.
Yeah.
You know, like that kind of thing.
Jan was in there with the video, making sure we got every second of it. It was
It's awesome.
it was impressive stuff. So that's what he's been
great.
doing.
Very cool. No, this week's been awesome. A lot of interesting stuff going on. I think, yeah, but everything except what Nintendo's doing.
Sure.
Like, outside of them, everything's been interesing.
Smo Joe was on last week and he was great. He was upset that you didn't want to meet him.
That was last week.
Oh, I don't know now. If you
Yeah.
say it. I don't know.
Wait, maybe that was 2 weeks ago.
Is that
No.
2
That
weeks
had to
ago?
have been. Please God, that had
No,
to
that
have
was
been
last
2
week.
weeks ago.
It was last week.
No.
Yeah.
I guess it was Wednesday. That's why it feels longer because we did it a
Maybe.
day earlier.
Yeah.
You guys, time flies when there's not enough people.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
You know? Samoa Joe's gonna be fine. He was the best man at my wedding. We see each other all the time.
Okay, all right, never mind. All right.
Man, he'd be a great best man.
That's why I asked, Mike.
He's so good at that.
I saw it. I saw the signs.
Saw the potential.
They open up
Yeah.
your eyes. You saw the signs.
Exactly.
Ace
Ace
of
of Base. Another sick callback.
I got loads of them.
From 35 years ago.
Are they still alive? Ace.
I don't know.
I'm gonna
There
say
was-
it was the '90s, and I was alive
There-
then. So I'm gonna say they are still alive because I'm still alive.
Ace of Base was secretly a ska band. No one like really listened to
Yeah, the rest of their
music.
albums. Everyone always says that the rest of their music is actually pretty good. I've never listened.
They
to
just
it.
got like a reggae kind of thing going on that no one
my
really.
From
ankle's
People
hurting.
Magazine.
Yeah.
We'll start stretching it, bud. From
I gotta
People
get it in that
Magazine.
ice bath.
Remember Ace of Base from the 90s hit The Sign?
I do.
They're getting all the dirt out in a fascinating new documentary. Exclusive.
What?
This was published on December 5th, 2024.
Who cares
they're-
about
they're-
Ace of
they're
Base?
back. They're in their mid 50s.
That's it.
Yeah. They were kids when they
Damn.
started.
So-
Because it was
oh,
Sweden. And
They
you
saw
could
the sign,
let
but
a
we had to
child
see the
do that.
decline.
Oh shit! And then Miley Cyrus said, "But what about the climb?" You know,
There's one other thing I want to talk about before we get to matters at hand. Speaking of like Asian delicacies and delights, for my birthday was sent a
wait, did it already happen?
what?
Yeah.
Your
Oh
birthday?
yeah, yeah. Grubb and I share like a week of birthdays.
Yeah, it was our
What the
birthday
22
week.
and 24.
Yep.
Yeah.
What is it
Yeah.
with white men and not wanting people to know when their birthday is?
Okay, don't
I'm
not
guilty
all
of
white
that.
man. Have you met Mike Minaj?
December 8, everybody, get ready. This is 39. The year after that is the 40, and you're going to be dealing with a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, this is the
It's gonna be
pregame
a
for 40,
whole
so it's gonna
thing.
be huge.
It's gonna be a great
no,
time.
No, like Nikki, it was 2 Mondays ago. It was just nothing special.
Yeah,
like,
I
you
just
know,
I don't
whatever.
want a big to do.
I just think
43, like-
I just think it's nice to have a day that is like very explicitly
Yes,
about
but
you.
here's the thing:
And
if you
even-
remember my birthday, I have to remember yours, and that's like,
Yeah,
oh no,
and
if I
that
and
sucks.
that's so fair.
that's like,
and I
ooh,
just
it gives me,
That
I'm
is
upset my
like-
tummy
and I
thinking
just-
about it.
And I just know Grubbs because it's 2 days before.
yeah,
You know,
we
we're so
both were like,
close.
hey, happy
so
birthday,
we
happy
have
birthday.
that.
Yeah,
yeah, that
we
makes
have
That
that.
was the best thing about when that brief period of time where everybody was on Facebook.
Yes.
I did just know when everybody's birthday
Yes.
was and can look it up
Yeah,
immediately.
but those were
I did
empty
like that.
gestures. Those were.
Oh, I'll take it's fine.
Oh, you're
I'm not saying
just like
necessarily
nom, nom,
because-
nom, 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 nom.
I'm not saying because you leave a message on their wall, but like I would know and I could text them, I could call them, or
Yeah.
I just didn't know when a person's birthday was. I can go check real quick.
Yeah,
It's
they
just
don't-
right there.
My nieces and nephews don't have their birthdays on the Insta, so I don't know when all their birthdays are, and that's a problem.
It's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I assume the Larry David position about birthdays, where it's like it's too much work. I don't want to pick up the phone. So people are gonna call me and they're just like, "Happy birthday," and I'm just like, I don't want to talk to you. I talk to you once a year. I talk to you once a year, and all you do is say happy birthday, and I have to like pretend to be interested in a conversation with you for upwards of 10 minutes, and that sucks. You know, that's work. To your point, Nikki, it should be all about the person whose day of birth it is, right? It shouldn't be about the person calling, and that's the slippery slope.
That's why you gotta be really loud and obnoxious until they really make it about you, and you make it very clear that you don't care about their wants or needs. They're gonna all drive to the place you told them to and buy you presents and drinks.
Mm-hmm. Happy birthday, Morbid, if it is your birthday. Listen, I think... Look, I agree. You should celebrate the weekend before. We did a lot of Jeff stuff. That was great. That was fun. Everyone's like, what do we do? Just like play ice hockey, then go play pinball, and then go to like a heavy metal bar? Is that like what we have to? And I was like, yeah, let's do all that. And there you go. So I bring up the birthday because I got a gift from my sister-in-law. Everyone knows I love like Japanese snacks, Asian snacks. I just love like all that shit. Give me all the Pocky, give me all the good stuff, right? She sent me like a snack box, and it felt like one of those subscription service things, right?
Yeah.
She sent it to me a while ago, and I got it like in January, and she's like, "Oh, enjoy this box." I'm like, "Hey, thanks so much." It's coming every 3 weeks.
Oh,
she did not pay for this. And I like them a lot. And I feel like she's either getting charged and no one's talking about it. And I keep looking at Stace and I'm like, should I fucking tell your sister that these are keep coming? Because I'm not paying for them. She must be paying for them. There's been like 7 boxes already. She didn't buy me 7 boxes. So right? So like I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, right?
I think you would. That's what it is.
You would think so, Mike. You would think so, but
I think there's a number, right? I think once you get double digits of the boxes, then you say something.
I just pour them on my bed. I just pour them on my bed and just roll around and all
it's like
of
the
them.
American Beauty poster. But it's Pocky.
It's all like sesame cookies and all these things, and I'm like, oh, look at all this stuff.
It's the Austin Walker food bed in the hotel.
I think you wait. I think you wait for the 10 because what if it's an annual subscription and they got you the whole annual thing? And
I thought that was the case, Jeff. Your mind was going to the right place. It's definitely not what they paid. I looked it up.
Okay, well,
they didn't pay that.
Fair enough. Listen, tell them about, just don't mention anything, but just be like, hey, I use Truebill and it like told me all my subscriptions and it was really helpful, and let them discover on their own. And then they'll be so grateful.
Just plant a seed?
Yeah. That's worse. No, you
Yeah.
can't. I think you got to do it soon, because I think the worst part about it hitting 10 is that it's like this motherfucker waited until they got it 10 times. And then they said, well, this is sufficient.
No, I honestly, I have the kind of relationship I have with my sister-in-law. I like that awkward conversation. I'm excited to have that.
For
like,
sure,
I want to have that conversation where I'm just like, well, she's going to be like, I don't understand, Jeff. You just like let it keep going? Like, what would you do? I was like, yeah, I just really like this stuff. And I wasn't paying for it. And I had my suspicions. I had my suspicions that you were in fact getting charged for this. I did, Sam, but you know what? Like, fuck it. I really, you're a good sister-in-law. That's why we're that's why I married your sister. You gotta
tell her, and when you don't get shit for Christmas or next
I never get anything for Christmas from anyone, so that's gonna be fine. That's fine.
I will fix that.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there, folks. If you could not tell, this is absolutely a call-in show. 707 exit flu's the phone number. Grubb, you have to do something. I don't know what that is.
I'm getting there. It broke anyhow. Don't worry about it.
Ah, man, that's a bummer. You were so amped about it just working.
Yeah, I was amped about it working. Oh, wait, did I leave my camera on before? Is that what it is? Let me try that. Maybe the 2 Jeff Grubbs will just fix it. Let me see here. There we go. You guys can continue with the show while I get this going. It's not that big
for sure.
deal.
Like I said, 707 exit flu. I'm excited. I haven't done one of these in a minute. There was a wrestler person. I mean, my best man who was on last week. That was sick. We're we're gonna get into it. Are we ready?
Yeah,
Or can we start?
Yeah,
last
we're ready
week.
because Sean's going to be playing the voicemail, so we're good.
Okay. We're gonna start with the one, the only, today's default comedian, Mike Minotti.
I want to start with Skyliner.
Hi, Dumper. This is Andrew. I'm currently on the Disney Skyliner, and I was curious what you guys' favorite transportation was. Favorite mode of transportation was. I personally think that the train is best, but curious what you guys thought.
Okay, yes.
I know what yours is, Mike. Say it.
Well, monorail comes to mind for sure. I do like trains. I'm like secondhand scarred from Jeff almost dying on a train recently, though.
Oh yeah.
It was going 2 miles
Right.
an hour. We were fine.
Yeah, but it was like still weird and scary.
Yeah, but you do. Yeah, you get to say that I was in a train accident
Yeah,
for the rest of your
I was on a
life.
train that literally derailed. My train car
Yeah.
was off the tracks. Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Not where it belongs.
Nope.
And Mike, that
you
didn't
get-
happen to you. It happened to Jeff.
I have empathy, Bakalar.
Stop making that happen to you. It happened.
Did they offer you, Grubb, any sort of recompense for
They,
the
they
fact
immediately
that the
gave me
train
my
came off
money
of the
back,
track?
which was a kind of a lot because I have a family of 4, and so anything you do
Yeah.
is $7,000. So that
Yeah,
was
no,
nice.
for sure.
But they weren't like, here's for your pain and suffering or anything. No.
Were they you? But do you think you can, when it comes back around this holiday season, say, remember last year when it came off?
Yeah.
I would like to do it and have it not come off.
Yeah,
this
that
time.
I'll try. I'll mention. I won't be surprised if they like email all of us and like, here's a discounted rate because they
Yeah.
want to get all those people back because we're not sure if we're going to do it again.
No, for sure.
Like,
Because the train
why?
fell off.
Yeah, I know, right? Why am I being such a stick in the mud about
Nothing
this?
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I do want to say, when I was naming these voicemails, I knew Mike would pick this one first. I know
Yeah.
it was obvious bait, but yes, I knew.
Yeah, well, the Skyliner's pretty good. People don't know it's those kind of sky bucket gondolas thing, and in Disney World they have some going between some of the parks and hotels. It's pretty fun. They aren't air conditioned though, so like sometimes you can get a
Oh,
little
that's
toasty
scary.
in there.
Yeah,
Right.
I've never heard anyone like recommend you take one of those.
It depends. It can be a good move if you're in very specific places and need
It'd be
to
a
get to
bad
another
move
very
if you're
specific
me.
place.
I definitely made a poor choice. You told me not to do it to get to a place I had to be in like an hour and a half. I'm like, Mike, I'm going to do it anyhow. And we were
late.
running very late and ended up having to like cut through Ocean View, one of the parks or one of the resorts, to actually get to our Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique appointment at 2 p.m. But
Yeah,
but
there's
we
something
did
called
get to
Ocean
see
View there.
Fix It Felix on one of the Skyliners, and that's the only place you could see him, so it
that's
was worth it.
exciting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's
There you
worth
go.
it.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
got
They're
that.
alive.
Have any of you all done a horse-drawn carriage?
Yeah,
I think I have.
Yeah.
in the city once
I also did it in
No.
Disney World. I think that's where I experienced most
of
I
life.
have done
transportation
it
and or
then.
just car.
No, for sure. I have. I like a trolley. I appreciate
Yeah.
a trolley.
Sure,
I think
sure,
they're
sure.
silly. Because they are very slow. Very frequently, you can just walk faster than the trolley.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
silly.
But in some town, like in San Francisco, they still have functioning trolleys that are obviously going to be faster than walking, especially if they're going up the hills off
They have
Market.
lines.
Yes. So I like a trolley, but the train fucking rules. Just
It's a
like
cool-
conceptually, the idea of it's just a big car that can only
Yeah.
go in a couple directions, but you can put so many guys on it.
Right. The point is to like just be able to jump on and off. You know.
Yeah,
Like that's the thing.
which is
Monorails are trains, except they're on one rail. I learned that way too recently, by the
Thank-
way. That's what they're called, monorails.
good. Yeah, but that's what.
Thanks for deconstructing that nomenclature there, bud.
Yeah, I figured that
etymology
out.
Minotti right here. Watch out.
Monorails are fun. You kind of, even though we've had them forever, I'm still always a little bit like, well, this is some future stuff right here. I'm
Sure.
on the monorail.
I do think like my answer would be trains, but not American trains. Like
Sure.
certainly trains everywhere else that
Right, like
seem
even
to be
like non-American buses, right? Buses are actually
Yeah,
really good
totally.
in Europe.
Yeah.
yeah, like everywhere else I see trains doing their thing in Europe, in Asian territory. I'm always like, oh wow, is this what a train can be in 2025 instead of some rickety ass gas diesel powered bullshit? that like breaks down half the time. They got
I
shit
got
that's
on
going like 400 miles an hour, getting
Yeah,
you like
easy.
1,000 miles in no time. Like, what are we doing?
Commuter rail other places goes 100 miles an hour. Like, it's just like we just don't have the
Infrastructure.
We just don't have the infrastructure for it. I got on a train in Sydney, Australia, when I was there in 2023, and they have seats. You know how you get on Bakalar specifically, I guess is the one that I'm talking to in this situation. You know when you get on the Long Island Railroad and they have the 3x3, but they're facing each other?
Sure.
Then sometimes you get on the train and you're like, well, I don't want to look at a fucking stranger.
Yeah.
Because, and like have our knees touch? Like, absolutely not. So what the very intelligent people everywhere on the planet except here have done is there is a handle on the seat back, and you can move the direction of the location of the seat backs.
Yeah, NJ Transit actually has that.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
never mind. Fuck me. Turn it
No,
off.
look, I don't believe me. In no way do I want to
come back.
give New Jersey Transit its flowers. The most unreliable public transit system in the history of humanity. But yes, it does have that.
How do you all feel about riding on like actual animals? 'Cause I'm
Not
not a
a
fan.
horse.
I ride on your mom all the time. Boom. Anyway, I gotta
Yeah,
fix the
boom.
cameras, so I'll be right back.
Actual animals, horses are cool, but I'm like scared of them, man. They're too big. They're too like I think they're just capable of too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I don't like horses.
I love
allergic
horses.
to
I just
horses.
respect them too much to ride them. Is
People
what
are
I'm
always
saying.
like, "Oh, this horse is like so beautiful," and like petting it. And
That's
I'm looking
white
at this
women.
Thing. I'm like, this thing is fucking ugly.
No, horses aren't ugly, dude. What do you mean?
They're pretty ugly. These
As far as
things.
animals go, come on. What are you
They're pretty
saying?
rough. They're pretty. It's those giant yellow teeth. That's what I can't get. through.
Well, okay. Don't look at its teeth. What are you doing?
Can't help it. You flap them.
This
out
big
of the horse's
majestic
mouth.
ass animal, and you're up in its mouth. What the fuck, man?
They
That
gotta
doesn't
look
make any
into the
sense.
eyes, and like the teeth are pretty close to the eyes.
All right, maybe the
Poll
horses
question
you're riding.
in the chat. If you're on chat.
Whoa, whoa! What the hell? Who did that?
It's just a question that people are asking.
Who did that one?
Okay.
Here's my thing. I'm allergic to horses, but my thing about a horse is that it feels bad because the act of taming a horse colloquially is called breaking the horse.
Yeah, you gotta
And
break
I
their
don't-
spirit. You see.
I like don't fundamentally. I understand how vital and valuable the horse is for like humanity, and we would not be here without the horse.
You just wouldn't last a half an hour as a colonialist. You just wouldn't last 30
No, I
minutes.
wouldn't.
We
I
love.
simply
You
wouldn't.
said, "Oh, I'm gonna break an animal's spirit." My European nature was just like, "Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. That sounds good to me."
Oh, listen, westward expansion is for everyone but me. I guess is what I'm learning.
Yeah, but that's just like a product of its time. Like if you were around then, you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna get on this fucking horse. I'm gonna break this horse. You know, you did it in Red Dead. You could do it in real life, right?
I didn't do shit in Red Dead. I played good video
I did
games.
that. That was fun.
Oh man. All right. Well, thank you, caller. Hopefully we answered your transportation question. Keep those transportation questions coming in, folks. That's what we want to talk about.
Oh
I do.
wait, sorry, I can't change my answer.
Yes,
Los
sir.
Angeles has this thing called Metro Micro, which is basically it's just Uber, except sometimes it takes other stops and other people can get in it. So you get in a city-owned Toyota Sienna.
Really?
And then you're with like a handful of strangers, and then it's like Uber, and they drop you off at bus and train stations only. And then you
Wow.
walk from there to your next spot. But you call it like you call an Uber in the app. It rules. So I
Leave
changed
it
my
to
answer
LA
Metro Micro.
to put more cars on the road somehow.
More cars on the road. The only way to fix it. More lanes, more cars,
More guns, more
capacity.
lanes. There you go.
That's
More
it.
gas.
That's it.
The LA way. Jeff Grubb, it is your turn.
And I fixed the camera, so I'm ready. Gotta pick these. Let's just do it. Let's go with all the hair.
Yeah, I was just listening to the Samoa Joe episode, and I just need to tell you guys that a Brazilian wax is all the hair.
Yeah.
That's the testes and the penis, or anything else you got down there. It takes all the hair and the beehole.
Yeah.
If you get bikini wax, that just is the hair that shows around the bikini. But a Brazilian, that gets rid of all the hair.
Yeah,
So
you
yes,
said that. We
the
get it.
wax
Yes.
does go on the testicles.
Yes.
That's what I want.
Okay, like
That's I
what,
was
you
mistaken.
window shopping?
I was
Oh.
mistaken last week when Niki asked what did I think a Brazilian was. I thought it was just a bikini wax, but I was mistaken.
No,
So
it's
that's-
What'd you think a bikini wax was?
I wasn't thinking about a bikini wax at all. I just thought they were the
Alright.
same thing. Yep.
Okay.
The beehole.
Cool. All right.
It's wax
beehole.
on the beehole's not even the issue for me. It's the testicles for me. And I'm a person who is actively removing hair from my testicles frequently. But a waxing is a step too far.
It's a
for
lot.
me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should all try it once.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we'll like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
we'll
knock
just-
it before
we'll
you
just-
try it.
SGF after we get the switches at the Best Buy.
Brazilian
then we'll roll
buddies.
on over to the European Wax Center.
Wait,
We'll all
we're
just
getting
roll in.
switches at the Best Buy at SGF? What?
Yeah, because it's
Yeah, because
coming
it
out
comes
over
up
there.
the day before SGF starts.
Oh, are they going to be sold out? I feel like.
No. We'll talk about it. We're all pre-ordering from the Culver City Best Buy, and we're all going to be outside. We're going to stream for eight hours uninterrupted outside of the Best Buy.
The power block at night.
What?
Exactly.
It can go at night?
Live from Los Angeles. Yes, the
Yeah,
streets of
says
LA.
who? We control it. It's
Whoa.
our block. Ow.
Well, all right. Oh my God, that
was a hell of a
that
clip.
bottle. Is that your teeth? The bottle just
Oh,
attacked
dude.
Nikki. It just attacked Nikki. You heard
you
it here,
need those.
folks.
Ow.
If
Now
audio
I'm
listeners,
gonna-
Nikki tried to take a drink from a cup and it hit the mic and jammed their tooth real bad.
Yeah. That was
And now
unpleasant.
Nikki must choose the next voicemail.
Give me I knew it for 300.
Hey, Dumpers, Nate in Orlando. I just realized that it's been about 20 years since I've used a urinal. Long story short, when I was at a birthday party when I was 15 at a concert, I decided I wasn't going to use a urinal there, only stalls. And I am now about to hit 35. So about 20 years. What stupid streaks do you have that you can't break? Love you. Bye.
I knew it.
Oh
You
my
can't
God,
break this
caller.
one, brother.
I knew it. I knew that there were dudes out there like this. I just had the hunch, like when I'm in the line for the
20
urinal and the
years?
stalls at like a baseball game, and there's like two open urinals, and yet all the guys in front of me are like, I'm waiting for the stall. I'm like, I'm looking at you, and I know what a man looks like when he has to poop. You don't have to poop. You're going to go in there and pee, aren't you? And I knew it. That's what they're doing. This one is always weirded me out a little bit. What? Use a urinal.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I get it. I understand people being bladder shy.
Yeah, I get
Especially if there's not dividers. Like,
Yeah.
put up dividers. What is this? This
Sure.
isn't 1896. What
Yeah.
are we doing? Put up a divider.
Or
but
do
for
a trough.
20
Go
20
extreme
years.
the other direction. Make it a trough, and
Well-
we're all just there and peeing in the
the
same
trough.
bucket.
That's
Right.
worse.
Yeah,
That's
On-
worse.
Yeah,
A trough-
ground
a
level,
trough is a
shoe
bridge
level
too
trough.
far. Yeah, no, a trough feels like a communal thing that I never want to share
There's a
with
bunch of
other people.
ice in there for some reason. I think to absorb the pee better.
Yes.
Yes,
because
that's-
it doesn't
there's-
smell if there's ice.
Yeah, yeah.
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 Wow.
I don't know if
Uh,
I ever felt more powerful than when I peed in the trough at Wrigley Field. I don't know. There's something about the trough.
Troughs
I
are-
like it.
yeah.
That's cool. We're gonna fly you back there for your 40th just to piss.
I would love that. It's great in Wrigleyville. It's a good time.
Cool. Cool. Noted.
I'm sure I've told this story before, but the stadium that the final was in for the World Cup it was a U-shaped trough urinal,
Oh,
except there was a step to get to the
Like
urinal.
a podium?
what? What?
Yes. So the expectation, I guess, was that you were to step on the step to reach the urinal.
Get
Except
outta here.
obviously no one did that. Everyone stood far away on the other side of the
So it's a
step.
piss step.
So the
And
step
aim
was just all it was piss all over the floor.
about
More
how-
than normal. It was
Think about
unbelievable.
a trough is so insane. Like think about a trough like peninsula.
Yeah.
Right? Like where like where everyone is surrounding it. That is what you're describing, Niki,
Yeah.
with a
Wait,
U-shaped trough.
I
What
walked
the
in there-
actual hell?
I walked in there and was like, this is one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in my whole life.
Was
Gross.
was the U shape like in the center of the room and everyone was standing on the outside of the U, or were you standing inside of the U and peeing
You're standing inside of the U looking at walls.
So we're not all just
Okay,
eye to eye.
You're not looking
We're
at
having a
each other.
conclave.
Oh,
It is not a-
it is not a panopticon. It is not a
Okay.
panopticon of piss.
Yeah.
That is not what we
imagining,
have created.
Pisopticon,
I'm imagining a two-sided urinal now. So while you're there,
His and hers. His and hers.
Yes.
Your urinals.
directly into
Yeah.
somebody's
There's nothing.
eyes.
Oh, that's it. That's where you have to stare. Where are you gonna stare?
Wouldn't phase me.
Yeah, you could go.
I
Could
don't
you
need your
go?
dividers.
It's the
I don't
only
know.
way I
I
can
don't
pee
care.
now, actually. It's eye to
Do you
eye.
think you could do it? Do you think you
Yeah,
could do it?
I don't have much bladder shyness or shyness in general. I guess. No, I'll just go in there.
I really sympathize with the caller because 20 years is really something that, I hope there's a way to look. If you're okay with it, it's just 2 decades of finding a way to do that. That's got to be
I'm
rough.
surprised because there has to be some instances where it's just there's available urinals and the stalls are taken and you're still just waiting.
That's the thing that really gets me. It is and I honestly kind of respect it. I am trying to be in the bathroom for the least amount of time possible.
Sure.
I'm trying to get in there and get the fuck out because
Of course.
I'm usually trying to go somewhere else or doing something else.
Right.
So I use the urinal. I already feel bad in the men's bathroom. So I'm just going to the urinal because it's faster.
Of course.
It's a speed thing.
Sure.
The commitment to being like, I'm going to stand in line about this is kind of more power to you, brother.
Yeah.
The only urinals I am sort of fond of are the ones that stretch all the way down to the floor. You ever seen one of those?
yeah,
Oh,
sure.
a tall
Great.
guy. Yeah.
A tall, one of
great.
those
Tall
tall
boy.
boys.
Yeah.
Ooh, those are cool. That's what I want in my house. I would like that
Yeah.
in my house.
I
Yeah.
wish I had a urinal in
Why
my
are-
bathroom.
That's what I was going to say. I guess it's because it's like you can just piss in the toilet. However,
You
but
can.
I feel like more homes should have urinals.
You
Agreed.
say that, but imagine if you went to somebody's home and you went to the
And there was a
bathroom and
urinal?
there was a
Yeah,
urinal in
That'd
there.
be cool.
If
I'd be
Dan
like,
Reichert's basement had a urinal, I would not be surprised. Like I'd be like,
of course. I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be like, "Whoa, when did you get this urinal, Bob?
Yeah.
This is sick. This is dope.
But
I'm
then
gonna
you
piss
have
here
to-
all the time."
How much do those little urinal cakes cost? Do you?
That's the problem. That's the deal breaker. What do you mean?
yeah, kind of.
I think like
I don't know.
urinal
The
cakes
idea
are
that I
Eleven
have to have
cents?
urinal cakes in my house is kind of crazy. Like,
But I think urinal cakes are only like if you're gonna let people run a train on the thing. Like if you're gonna be like using it like a normal
Christ.
toilet and you're gonna be cleaning it like you do a normal toilet, it's
You know what I
fine.
love? You know what I love? This person never asked us to comment on their urinal situation. The question was, what do we have streaks for?
When I
could get-
picked this voice, I was just like, I wonder where this one's gonna go, and here we are.
You guys, there's so many different kinds of those things when you really search it on Amazon.
Urinal
you could
cakes?
get the pucks 12 for $25.
Oh wow.
that's pretty good.
Anybody remember in Frasier,
No.
there's a big revelation where Niles Crane's ex-wife, her family fortune, she was like a very like uppity, stuck-up person, but the family fortune secretly came from urinal cakes. So it was a big point of shame, and he used it as leverage
Why
to
is
get
it
the
shame?
divorce he wanted.
That's so crazy. Like,
Well, that's a Frasier thing.
Yeah,
Come
they're
on.
from Seattle.
nah, I guess they don't piss up there. I forgot about that.
Um,
I haven't eaten an apple in 35 years. There you go. There's my streak.
Wow.
That's a good streak.
I
I mean,
guess
it's not.
so,
It needs to be
dude.
so clear.
Yeah.
It's not a good streak.
Mike, I
It's
love
a
you.
long streak.
Mike, I love you to death. That is not something to be proud of, man. I don't know, dude.
Listen, or is Mike actually ahead of the curve? Because in a couple of weeks, we're not going to have any fruit.
That's right.
Yeah, you're not gonna have any
Right.
fruit anyway.
Actually,
Yeah,
Mike,
so-
you're going to be
we might
coming to
only
me.
have apples. Like they
You're gonna
make
be like, "Where do
apples
we
in
get
Michigan.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mike's
no,
gonna be
that'd
like,
terrible.
I saw the signs. That's why I did it. You know?
When you opened up my eyes, I saw the
the worst streak ever. Oh
Yeah,
my
his Ace
god.
of Base reference streak is getting out of hand.
God. All right, my turn. I'm gonna choose 2006 bumper sticker.
Hey, Dumpers, this is Jake from Boston. I just drove by a car with a bumper sticker that said, just a Hogwarts girl living in a muggle world. And I wanted to ask you, what's the most 2006 ass bumper sticker that you've seen in recent memory? Thanks, I love you.
That's really funny.
Uh-huh.
I love the
Oh,
idea
no.
of putting a fake slur on my car.
Yeah, muggle. Honestly, Mudblood actually would be a little bit concerning. Like, if someone had Mudblood on there, I'd be like, "Ugh, what the hell's wrong with
crazy.
you? Yeah.
Yeah, like Muggle's like calling somebody a yank, right? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. There's like, it's definitely not coming from a good place, but not a fool slur, I suppose.
Right, yeah, it's one of them semi-slurs.
Mudblood, though, that's bad.
How is anyone supposed to know what happened in 2006?
Let's
Like,
see,
I
what
don't-
was 2006 all about? That was the year the PS3 and the Wii came out.
Okay, I've Googled Wikipedia 2006. Okay, on January 1st, it says here, Russia temporarily cuts shipment of natural gas to Ukraine. Is that relevant to today or?
No,
not at all.
That's
No,
okay.
but it
It's
doesn't
like a
have to be.
fantasy world.
Yeah, we were all making a lot of like George W. Bush jokes still, right? About how he says some words poorly.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Okay, my other ride is MySpace.
I get the spirit of that, but it kind of just doesn't make sense. I get the spirit of it, though.
No. I was going to also do my other ride. My other ride is the Mars rover because everyone loved the Mars rovers in the mid-2000s.
Maybe a Trogdor bumper sticker from Homestar Runner.
Sure, okay.
Something like, housing market seems fine right now.
Everything's great.
Everything's in tip-top shape there.
When did the Dark Knight come out? Why So Serious would be one of them for sure.
Oh,
right?
sure, that'd be right around there, yeah.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger will live forever. There you go.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I love YouTube.com and it won't get bought by Google for $1.65 billion.
Yeah.
I did see that one.
I love Windows Vista.
Sure.
Ooh, I like that.
Honestly, I'm going to put that on my car right now.
I forget. Is Vista one of the ones that we did like or didn't?
Vista was a bad one.
Vista was
Vista was bad.
Aggressively bad one.
It wasn't as bad as 8.
2000. I like 2000. Oh, 99.
XP's the best one.
XP is the best one.
XP was the one people liked.
Yes.
What about
Yeah.
Millennium Edition?
What? Oh, right.
Oh,
ME.
Windows ME.
ME.
I loved Windows ME. That
I
was
like Windows
I thought
NT,
that was
that powered the
Yeah.
Dreamcast.
Yeah.
There you
I can't remember
go.
if that's
I
actually
like
right.
Windows Embedded Edition, which runs like your trains and stuff.
Okay.
That's
Yep.
good.
It's a
That's
deep
a good
cut.
version of Windows. 7 was the best one though. I think if you had to rank all of the Windows,
No,
7 is where they
95.
peaked.
95's the
I
best.
think 7
95's
better.
great. 98.
7, 95, XP,
I'm down with that.
and then the rest of them have been bad.
Yep.
So
There you have it,
Okay,
folks.
good chat about
Anyway.
operating
Yeah.
systems.
awesome. Yeah. Anyway, bumper stickers. Huh?
I use Linux.
All right, get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Ubuntu, get the fuck.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
And boot to go to hell. Yeah.
That's pretty good. Thanks, caller. Next one was chosen by chat, and chat chose what the hell? Chingy.mp3.
I don't like
The Digital Prophet.
I have no idea what your boy Chingy is up to, but Make That Ass Talk from Need for Speed Underground 2 still fucking slaps. What is your favorite, I don't know, early 2000s rap delight, I guess? What do you like? Have a good week.
Thank you, caller.
Yeah.
I saw Too Short 2 weeks ago live
Oh yeah, how's
in
that?
person. He was bad. He was not very good.
I didn't understand much of this voicemail.
Well,
Yeah, obviously.
last week, Jen, I think, brought up Chingy, and so we brought. But the question was, Mike, what is your favorite early 2000s rap musical track? Which is a song that people rap on.
Oh, there's just too many to name, Jeff.
I know. That's why I didn't want to put you on the spot.
We don't want to be here forever.
Don't pick your favorite. Yeah.
Lose yourself. Lose yourself.
Oh, you picked.
Look, I had an answer at least. Come on.
I'm gonna. Oh, mine's. I almost picked a song from 1995.
I think it's like that could still count if you were jamming to it in early 2000s. Still, I don't know.
I wasn't.
Mine's "If You Must" by Del the Funky Homo Sapien, because I was playing a lot of Tony Hawk games, and it was in there around that time.
Sure.
I'm Sprung by T-Pain. Great
Sure.
track.
What sprung?
I'm.
Yeah.
You're like impossible to talk to sometimes. I feel like.
Oh no, that's like something you'd say to Dan. Oh no, I just got a Dan line.
Careful. I know it came out in '99, but I listened to 2001 so religiously for forever, for like an entire year.
Yeah, it was
I really
super popular. Yep.
Yeah, 100%. The first song I was gonna say was that "I Wish I Was a Little Bit Taller" song by Skilo. Remember that? Oh my lord! Oh my goodness gracious!
Can I say a song from like Gorillaz, Demon Days?
No.
Does that count?
No.
Please don't.
They
Sorry,
rapping
you've been
those.
disqualified.
Nah,
Sorry.
that isn't. That's not the same. 21 Pilots is not rap, Mike.
Can I do a Linkin Park song? That's rap.
No, it's kind of, but not as much as Gorillaz, but not as much as real rap, I guess. Hamilton was much later than this period of time, unfortunately.
Yeah, sorry. So you can't say any of those. And that's
It was,
the only
but
reason.
it is so. The thing that's so fucking crazy about this whole conversation is that like Hamilton is so explicitly inspired by this era of rap. They are holding hands as they
like
walk through the streets.
Several lines just straight up like referenced. Yeah.
Yeah, but
they are the best
Thomas
of friends.
Jefferson in it though.
Only 19,
No,
but
for
mine
sure
is
it doesn't have race swapped Thomas Jefferson in it. No.
What's the point, Niki? What's the point?
All right, very good. You know what?
No.
I've totally forgot about Jurassic 5.
Oh, sure.
Me too.
Yeah.
Do you remember Jurassic 5?
No.
I mean, I don't remember is strong. I was negative 2 years old when the band started, I think. But yes, I am aware of. Sorry.
Cold shivers. Cold shivers.
Did they do Everybody Walk the Dinosaur? Is that them?
Oh,
No.
God.
No,
Cold
next fucking
shivers.
question.
Cold shivers. Jesus Christ.
Song.
Let's go back to Minotti, I guess.
That other one about me. We know Minotti.
What's up, Dump Truck? It's Brad in Arizona. Fish and seafood are almost always frozen.
Oh, this guy's mad.
No
at
matter
us.
where you are. And if it's sushi, it has to be frozen to kill the bacteria because you're not going to cook it. So whether you're in California or Kansas, it's frozen. That said, what other kinds of cuisine do you only eat when you're in a certain part of the world? And yes, Minotti, we know you only eat that thing when you're at that place in Disney World. Love you.
Thank you, caller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess the seafood thing, like, yeah, I guess, you know, there is something about the vibes of being close to the ocean that just is making me think about seafood more. Because I don't know, I just associate eating seafood as some kind of like, oh, I'm not gonna like do this at home. That's crazy. But as a decadent vacation thing, then I'll get a crab.
There's something to be said for how long a thing is frozen too. Like,
Yeah,
Sure.
you know.
We're probably going to get a correction. It's like, it's usually frozen around the same amount of time because traveling's easy these days. But I'm with you. It seems like it would be fresher. Mussels.
I mean,
like things like that.
but stuff gets cooked. The stuff that gets cooked, that's killing the bacteria too. And the freshness.
No,
you know, like,
for sure. You're
we're
right.
just talking sushi, or were we just talking sushi?
We were talking sushi, a lot when we were having this conversation with Samoa Joe, the wrestler.
Because give me lobster like when I'm in Maine all day. Oh my
remember those
god,
lobster rolls in Boston?
Mike, I thought about. You know what? The Google photo because it's been a year. Google Photos was like, yo, you remember this lobster roll?
It is so beautiful to me that every single time y'all hang out, y'all talk about how good this meal was.
It was really good.
That lobster roll changed my year.
Becca, we should make reservations right now. We should be like, hey, we're coming back.
Take a
Get the
picture
lobster
for me.
roll
I won't
ready
be
for
there,
us.
but I want to.
Oh, that's right. You're not.
Yep.
I know.
Oh my!
I'm gonna be
That lobster roll.
We'll take pictures and we'll send it to him.
You'll have two. You'll have
the
one
best-
for you and one for Mike.
The best part was like they were like, yeah, that's like a house specialty, no big deal. Everyone adores it. You don't want that, and you're like, what? Wait, what?
My favorite part was like Dan was like struggling between that or some baby mouth food item like chicken tenders.
No, yeah, he was that between
literally
chicken
got
fingers.
chicken
Yeah.
tenders. Yeah.
He was like,
He's like, he's like scratching his beard. He's like, well, I don't know.
That was
yeah.
He does do that.
Oh my God.
He's like, not sure. Do I have something decadent and amazing, or just like fucking like wedding children food? What do I do? What? Tough choice.
Yeah. I think I pretty much only ever eat dessert on vacation too anymore. I'm like not much of a sweets guy anyways. So like the idea of eating dessert is it's too much for a variety of reasons. But like when I'm on vacation, I'm like, yeah, sure. Because usually we're at some fun restaurant, we want to just hang out there longer anyways. And they have fun looking specialties. And if it's Disney World, they're gonna put a Mickey Mouse cookie or something on top of it too. So that helps. But yeah, dessert is just a vacation thing.
Oh man, you really are that guy, dude. That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm like exactly a month away, I think, from going on my trip, and I cannot wait.
I'm excited for you, buddy.
Is there a move you guys do when you just go into a restaurant? Like I always ask if they have espresso when I'm done with the meal. I'm like, can I just get a double espresso? Just kind of cap off this meal to help start the digestion process or whatever. It's a good move.
I like to do maybe a scotch or a bourbon after meal instead of that. If it's like a nice meal, that'll be my nightcap.
What goes in a burrito depends on where I am.
Ooh.
Which is to say that like I'm not putting, unless I'm in San Diego, fries are not entering the burger or entering the burrito. But if I'm in San Diego, there do need to be French fries in the burrito.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, totally. Yeah.
Ground beef is mostly an East Coast burrito consumption situation.
Okay.
But if I'm anywhere west of the Mississippi, then it is going to be some sort of shredded meat or protein that's going in there.
Makes sense.
So that's my location-based bias.
Yep. Burritos are very regional. They have a lot of rules depending where you're at. Absolutely. Green chili in Colorado, by the way. That's what they did there. A lot of green chili.
Yes.
I've definitely talked about this somewhere at some point on some podcast, but and I know this is copied now everywhere, but growing up in New Jersey, if you would go to the Rutgers campus, they had this sort of parking lot grease trucks, they called them, and they would serve this thing called a Fat Cat, and it was basically like a hero, like a sub bread, but on that sub was like chicken fingers, mozzarella sticks, marinara sauce, French fries, the whole thing on like one sandwich. And you wouldn't want that more than once a year. I mean that was just. Sure. But that's what I did there for sure. I'll do that now.
Yeah, see?
I'm gonna do that now. Yeah, Fat Night was the one I had a lot. Okay. God, always hungry. 4 p.m. Eastern. It never fails. I'm starving now on a Thursday. Grubb, you're up.
Yeah, let's go with deeply worried about the youth.
Hey guys, I need some help. I'm driving my 19-year-old daughter home for the weekend from college, and I've introduced her to the voicemail dump truck, which clearly was like a massive mistake on my part. But these words just came out of her mouth. She said, "This podcast makes me think." They get philosophical, and it makes me think about things. And I'm just now deeply worried about everything somehow. More
Me too.
Than I was before. I don't know if this is a compliment to you guys or a real problem that I got to deal with on my end, but either way, I thought you should know.
Gosh, I sure hope they weren't listening to any of the last 3 or 4 episodes we were talking about very specific things about me.
It's educational.
Yeah,
she's got to learn.
College girls love hearing about Mike Minotti's body. Yeah.
Yeah.
What they're saying.
How old did the caller say?
19.
19, Jesus.
That's how old college kids are. Yeah.
No, I don't know if this is just like someone just from that generation just being like, all podcasts are this, or I don't know what.
Maybe just like a long form content where people talk for an hour compared to a TikTok video.
Yeah.
This seems really deep.
Like that's what kills me.
You have a conversation.
but that's what kills me. Like whenever I scroll through one of those, feed sites, right? It was like TikTok or Instagram Reels. Like you come across like stuff that is like LARPing as a podcast, right?
Fake
it's just
podcast.
some fucking asshole with a SM7B being like, they don't tell you you shouldn't flush your toilet, like whatever it is, right? So and then like I guess someone watches that for more than like 4 seconds and they're like, this is a smart person and I need to listen to what they're saying because they have a fucking microphone in front of them. I worry about that. Is that maybe that where the energy from this call is coming?
I think we deserve it.
That's dark.
I think we deserve it.
I just think that we deserve it. I just think
compared to that, we're fucking MIT. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Hell yeah. Don't put that on my resume.
Yeah.
You know, there you go.
I don't know. I'm not worried about the kids. I think they're going to be all right. I think they're looking at all the things that we messed up, and I think they're going to do better than us.
Yeah,
we're not setting them up for success or anything.
No,
but yeah.
No, their chances of dying from a preventable disease is up like 80% or something like that. They'll never own any property or home, never be able to build any kind of wealth whatsoever.
Oh no.
Yeah, they're fine. And they also don't know how anything works.
Well, yeah, not even like the things that we understood, like how to save a file in a specific place on Windows.
That's what's messed up. Like we had to learn. I guess our generation was just in this weird spot where a lot of us were surprisingly computer literate.
Right. I learned how DOS
now they're
worked.
like used right, and now they're used to these iOS or mobile interfaces that are very simplified.
For sure. Like, I mean, I guess our parent, like my dad was like, you don't know how a car engine works, you're fucked. Sure. I'm like, whoa, that's definitely not going to be the case. In fact, the car I have right now doesn't even have a fucking engine. Dad, what do you think about that, Dad?
This is therapy. Save it.
Oh, wait, philosophical. Did you back off?
Wait,
I don't need to change any fucking oil, Dad. There's no oil in the car.
Wait, are you still driving the other one, or did you get your car back?
Oh, so no, I didn't. That's a long overdue update. I got rid of the Tesla like a very long time ago, and I got a Mach E. I was driving a Mustang. Mach E for a while.
Cool.
Wow. Yeah, which straight up I would recommend to anyone entering the EV market. Only criticism is like the software is kind of shit, but that's always going to get better.
Yeah, my brother makes that, so yeah.
Your brother makes
works on the software
for the Mach-E?
for Ford and stuff like that. Yeah.
All right, so he's aware it's not a perfect experience.
Trust me, he knows.
Like, I'm not telling him something he doesn't know.
Yeah, no, he's in there. He knows.
He knows. Yeah, Ford makes good SUVs, so yeah, that's a good car.
It's a great car. Like I was blown away by it. They pipe in the Mustang engine sound into the car, which is really cool too. Where you're sort of like you really floor it, and it's like, and you're like, okay, I'm in a little electric golf cart, but it sure is moving fast and making the good noise that I want. So that's fun. Recommend that.
Wait,
car.
So you don't have your car back?
We don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
Niki.
I just saw what you did, which was you were like, wow, look at all these cool shiny things over here. Fucking nice.
You haven't been on the show in like a month. Like, what's going on?
It's been 2.
Okay.
Oh Jesus.
I'm gonna get this car back. I'm gonna sell it.
Really?
Because this is. Oh yeah, I'm very upset.
Never been a better time.
Yeah.
Well.
You're going to trade it for a Tesla.
Well, obviously.
Never been a better time.
I mean, never been a better time to buy a Tesla. Let me tell you, you'll get a great deal on one of those.
What are you
Obviously, I'm
gonna
not
do?
get a different car.
Yeah, no, but what?
There's real good leases out there right now for.
Well, good luck to you in the coming.
Niki, right? He's been cagey.
Yeah, like really
It's
cagey.
a Cybertruck. It's a Cybertruck.
Yeah.
You guys think I'm gonna drive
this because he went crazy? Okay.
Guys, I'm not gonna buy a Cybertruck.
You're gonna lease
what
one.
Are you talking
What are you thinking
You're gonna
about?
lease one.
Welcome to Car Talk.
Yeah, you're not
What are
allowed
you
to lie on
thinking
this
about?
show. Come on.
No. I've been looking at Polestars.
Okay.
That's a cool
He
thing
wants a
They
Chinese
just came out
car.
with. They just came out with a 3, which is like their SUV, and I think I test drove it. It's cool. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm gonna lease it, Chad. I'm not buying a car. The lease deals on even very expensive cars are phenomenal,
Especially if they're already in this country. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, these things are here. I'm not talking about a car that needs to enter customs. I'm talking about cars that are already on lots. There are really good lease deals right now, and awesome, what's it called, like cash incentives.
It's just that global warming means that we're not going to get that ice land bridge back, so I could just go buy a Chinese electric car and just drive it over that ice
and
bridge.
just drive it back.
Yeah,
I would get a BYD. I would get a BYD in a heartbeat.
Of course, those are they're just.
Well, you're
straight up
getting
better.
a Geely, brother.
Do you know why the BYDs are better? Because Tesla just gave them all the tech so they could build a plant in China, and they're like, "Thank you very much." And now those
idiots.
Teslas are not selling anymore in China, and he's like, "Uh-oh."
Whoops.
Smart guy.
350 miles. Are you getting
Yeah,
it?
well-
Gonna get it in Jupiter? Oh, just kidding.
No,
it's not, as
not
pink as it looks
Jupiter.
in the tile.
It's like that's like a salmon color. There's like a thunder color. I think is really nice.
Oh,
I think
that's
it's
a
called
good.
that.
Ooh, that's a good one. Wow. Road
Thunder's
trip
not
to
a color.
Bakalar is.
Thunder's a sound.
Okay, Mike.
What's the color of thunder?
Disney
Seatbelts are
is a
yellow.
corporation,
Mike,
not a
it's
place you can go to.
Apparently,
I would have not
The
have guessed
seatbelts
yellow.
are yellow.
it was green
I
when
would
I went
not
to Sherwin-Williams the other day, and my wife's like, "Get me thunderous blue." It wasn't blue; it was green.
Okay.
And it took me like an hour and a half to find it.
I just want to say the fact that like I was like people are like, oh, the color thunder, and I was like, I have an issue with that, and it was turned around like, come on, Mike, we all know the color.
We all had
of
a box
thunder
of Crayola
around here.
crayons with fucking weird names. All right,
I'm
we
not
got over
on
this.
this one this
Mike,
time.
Mike,
Thunder's
Mike.
not a color.
There are certain things where we're just gonna yield to making fun of you about. Like that's just like you make a lucid point, but it's enough of a jump ball that
Yeah,
we
we're
can
like, "All right,
actually
we got
just
him,
like,
boys."
well, Ty goes to making fun of you is what we're gonna do there.
That's fair,
Okay,
that's fair.
you know, it's a close call at first base. Mike is getting made fun of.
Isn't it called lightning if it's yellow? If it's like that,
No,
makes-
no,
that's
no,
Jupiter. Jupiter is like the salmon
You
color.
fucking idiot!
There's not a
So you know what's
color
crazy?
in there.
So you know what's crazy? So there's a really when you test drive one of these things,
Yeah.
it's like it was a store in a mall. So there's like a really fancy mall, like one of the last malls in the general area of where I live. And you like go into the mall and it's a store in the mall. It was the Polestar store.
Yeah.
So the whole experience was a bit much, but
Did you have to then drive out of the parking lot for the mall?
that's what
Is that where
Dylan
the cars
thought.
live?
Dib was like, we're just gonna drive this through the fountain. Like, what's gonna happen right now? And I'm like, my man, I don't know. Like anything's possible right now. It was pretty good.
You know how like all the money's disappearing in the country? Well, kind of. I think a lot of it is in showroom floors of car dealerships.
Sure.
They are
Just in the back
making
in a
those-
safe.
No, like it's just on this. I went in one of these. And I felt like parentheses negative. I was in Disneyland. It was just so
Negative.
decorated and like
Yeah, it's
extravagant, and I was like, what?
Listen,
Why
whenever
is
I
this
walk,
so nice.
when you walk into a car dealership, here's what should happen. You should immediately be attacked by 4 men who kind of are scary.
Yes.
Yeah,
And then you should say, I don't want to.
desperate.
Yes. And then you have to say, I don't want to talk to you. And then they all have to sulk away and kind of keep looking at you. Then you have to go inside. And then you have to sit down, and it smells like old coffee in there because there's coffee in every single one of the trash cans from the people who are buying the Toyotas that you are trying to get a car battery for. You then walk up to the man at the desk and you say, I would like a Toyota Prius C battery. And then he says, I don't know if we have those. And then you say, I talked to you on the phone 10 minutes ago and you told me you had it. And then he says, oh, that's so right. And then he gives you the car battery that he has behind the desk that he moved himself earlier. And then you give him $300 and you say,
amazing.
well, that's nice, I guess. And then you walk home.
God, car salesmen are just a weird breed. Because, like, normal
It's the
salesmen, like a
worst.
high-stakes salesman, you mentioned, oh, they're all coked up or whatever. A car salesman coked up is weird. It's like, what drugs are they on? I don't know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Poppers,
Yeah.
right? Poppers.
Like I'm sure there's car salespeople out there who they're perfectly normal and fine people. The energy inside a car dealership is so off. Like
Not right.
it is. You
No,
instantly
it's
walk
a
in and you're
liminal
just like,
space negative.
oh boy, what's gonna happen to me in
I don't
here? You
belong
know,
here.
I don't want to be in here at all.
It would be like if you walked into like Walmart or Costco or whatever, and you knew that there were people getting fucked on the price of corn that they were buying. Like there was a chance that the person buying corn was going to pay thousands of dollars more for the corn than you were about to pay for the corn.
Right. And everyone knows it. Everyone's looking at each other in there. You look at each other, they're like,
Yeah, like I don't know.
Can you help me? Oh no, I can't help myself.
No, I cannot help you.
Yeah.
It's true. The guy who sold me the Ioniq was like a really nice guy. I was like, oh, you're one of the good ones. You know,
Yeah.
You know, but he knew. He's like, the energy in here is fucked, isn't it? You know, it's like
yes.
It's like, yeah. And then they all are like wondering, scratching their heads. They're like, why are consumers just trying to delete us? Why is this bad? You know? Someone in chat said the Rivians are so much money.
They're so expensive.
I put
Cool,
money
though.
down on an R2 though, but that's not going to be out for a while.
Just get a Tesla and
I want an
rebadge it as a
R3
Rivian.
so bad. That's really smart.
Yeah.
bro.
No, it's not.
That's really
Cybertruck?
smart.
No, no,
that's
Cybertruck.
really
You just put the
Who
word
are
Rivian
you
on the back.
I love the people who just put like Toyota on the back of their Rivian. Who are you fooling?
With the Cybertruck and nobody.
Who are you
the thing that
fooling?
is happening here in LA is that because they're fucking everywhere. Because like literally, like parents, like kids I went to high schools with, parents were buying the Model 3s because there was a window there, like pre-pandemic, and like in the beginning of the pandemic where you could like get a Model 3 for $8.
Yeah.
If you asked them the right way, because they were still eligible for the tax credit, blah 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 blah. So basically, there was a huge contingent of people who are about my age and a little older who have Model 3s, which are horrible motor vehicles.
I hated
They're
it.
like
I
Dodge
hated
just
it.
fucking terrible.
They're gonna dissolve.
You get in there, and it sounds like welcome to Car Talk for Shoot. You get
It's
in
the
there,
loudest car. It's
and
so loud.
It's the loudest car in the fucking world. My Prius C from 2016, which costs like half as much money, is quieter on the road.
Which is crazy because
It's
this thing's
insane.
not producing noise from an engine.
No, it's just like it's like they have microphones outside pumping
Yeah.
noise
Like,
directly into
piping it in.
where
Yeah.
you're sitting.
So
Terrible.
anyway, Car Saga continues, but you know, I'm not gonna be selling it at like this crazy loss. I just wanted to.
You're just getting out of it. No, for sure.
This situation was terrible. And
No, yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I gotta be done with it.
The car should work when you drive it.
Yeah, what
I
if
think that's like a reasonable expectation.
Yeah, imagine cars work. Like, what about that? All right, I think it is Niki's turn.
It's me turn. Gimme black bars, please.
Hey, me again. Hi, long time no call. Okay. I am in a parking lot, and there is a vehicle that has a wrap on it that is covered in anime girls in extremely suggestive poses to the point where they have to have black bars on parts of it, if that tells you anything.
That's sick.
And I'm wondering, is that the most embarrassing thing you can put on your car?
Well,
other than it being a Cybertruck?
Ah, there it is.
Yeah.
There you go.
There it is.
Thing you can wrap around your car.
In here they don't even attempt. I don't know where Caller is. In Los Angeles, they don't even care about the black bars. They'll just put the whole nip and hole.
See the nipple?
That's free speech.
They'll show you the nip and the hole, and
Yeah.
they'll say, listen.
Hole
the
is
best is
speech.
here. Hole is speech. Many people are saying this. I've walked. There are a handful of cars in my neighborhood that have they're lenticular.
Yeah.
So when you walk by, they're on one end they're clothed, and as you walk by them, they are naked.
It's like one of those pins you turn upside down. The naked lady takes off her clothes. Yeah.
I'm actually in favor of it just because I want Dan to see one of these,
Yeah.
and get uncomfortable and like seriously contemplate calling the police or something.
See, I'll take weird,
Hentai.
anime rap cars over, these freaks who think they live in Mad Max and like lift their F-150s
Oh, sure.
14 feet and put, like triple, wheel add-ons and modify. Like they got to do a pole vault just to get into the goddamn driver's seat. Like those people should be tarred
that
and
is the most
feathered.
embarrassing. If you could have 40 kids sitting crisscross applesauce directly in front of your like back to back in front of your truck, and you couldn't see it until there's the 41st kid, you're a psychopath. Like you're actually out of your mind.
That energy, those people know that like 99.9% of people who see that abhor the person.
Yeah, and
right? Like
they
they
get
know,
off
but
on
they
that.
know that. That's like part of the
they
thing,
think it's
right?
cool.
Yeah. It is wild. Like when you pull up your waifu car and you like, if there's ever a situation where like it's at the car, like what's the car wash experience like? Like, is it just like, I'm just imagining
great.
this like very
Yeah, that's a
slow
great
rolling
question.
like anime nude thing. Like
It's funny the bars came off from the car.
whose is this one? Whose is this one? That's me. All those that's me.
Do you think they are specific anime characters? Or do you think they're generics wrapping around the car there?
I bet it's generic.
I don't know.
The lenticular ones I've seen are just generics, but also I guess I'm not familiar enough with the oeuvre.
I don't know
the
every
medium
anime
to
girl.
know.
We don't all
Yeah.
know each other.
It takes a lot of guts to do that.
Guts
You know?
or something. Maybe it takes a lack of something.
Yeah.
to do that instead of a lot of something.
It's like a face tattoo. Like you're sending a message,
Yeah.
All right, DJ T Money in chat said a Disney rap would be more embarrassing. Like, okay, look, obviously you know what I think. You all tell me. Do you think a Disney rap would be more embarrassing than this?
Is there a
Black
Disney
bar
rap I can think
censoring
of
the
that would be
nips?
more embarrassing?
Is there?
Wait.
Well,
I
yeah,
would-
it's
I
child
would like-
determinate.
Yeah, that's true too. Nikki, you and I probably don't know this. I'm sure Jeff does.
Hi.
How many? It could be the answer to this could be 0. How many Disney things do you think Mike has on his car?
I have a pretty good idea.
I'm gonna say I feel like he's keeping it a little classy, and like only has maybe like.
Do you know what kind of car
3.
he has?
No,
He is
what
a
do you
Jeep
have?
Wrangler.
Ooh, that
So
opens up
I'm
so many things because
thinking-
the spare tire cover could be
Yes.
like a whole
So,
like I wish
yes,
I was there and not in my
exactly.
life. Like.
I'm gonna get that for your birthday, Mike.
I'm thinking
that's just the Epcot ball. That's just the Epcot ball. Right?
Oh, that's good.
Well, that'd be
I'm
great.
thinking he has one sticker and a hanger
like a
that
rear
are
view
that are
hangy.
paraphernalia. Yeah.
All right, yeah,
I
that
think
counts. It's just-
otherwise
it's
it's pretty clean. So
And-
I'm saying 2.
So you're keeping it classy. Yeah, I would say, but I'll go with 3. What is it, Mike?
But Jeff, did you say you think you know?
I have a pretty good idea. It's not a lot. I'm trying to think. You do have a hanger, right? Is that Jimmy Buffett related, or am I making that up?
That's the wild card. We forgot about.
Yeah, you forgot about
Buffett.
Yeah, you can never forget about Buffett. I don't think you might have like one bumper sticker, maybe.
I have one bumper sticker. It's more of like a Beck windshield sticker, and
Yeah.
it says,
Oh, it's on
my
the glass.
Other ride. It says my other ride is a monorail, and it has. The
That's
picture
really
of the
good.
monorail.
and,
I like
and it
that.
can
I think
only
that's
bring
good,
me to
Mike.
very
Mike,
specific
I think that was
places.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
That's kind of it. I have some like old air fresheners that look like the posters for Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. I guess that's Disney adjacent, but that's the only other thing that would
All right.
maybe count.
So we were right. It's,
you-
he keeps it
Yeah,
classy.
I keep it classy.
Do you? Okay, wait. Hold on. Grubb, do you have stickers on your car? On the van?
On the minivan, I have not. I do keep meaning to put the "My Kids Are Not Poggers" bumper sticker on there with Paul Reichert.
Fuck.
You got that in the chamber.
Yeah,
there,
it's ready
dude.
to go at any moment.
That's really good.
I do it on the Prius when we were driving that before I got my van. I did put the family, like, here's mama, here's dad, here's like the kids, here's the cat. And I know it's cheesy, but I do that because
That's nice.
I was told, like, by a fireman, like, when we go to ambulances, we actually check that, or when we go to car crashes, we check that stuff, and that way we know if there's like maybe kids to look for. I'm like, oh, all right, I'm gonna do that
That's
then.
smart.
Yeah,
Helpful.
so yeah, that's the kind of the thinking behind that.
Put that shit on my car.
People in chat asked me about the rubber duck situation because that is a thing.
Oh,
with the
what
Jeeps.
you Wrangler
You have
people?
one rubber
What
duck,
is
right?
that?
I don't think you have a
I
ton.
have a bunch, but like
Oh, you
I
have a
never
bunch.
buy them. People put them in my door handle. It's like you're supposed to.
It's
do
the
them
upside
right.
down
It's the
pineapple for
upside down
Wrangler
pineapple.
people.
Yeah, I want my
Same
Jeep to
thing
fuck your Jeep.
Can
Let's get these boys
mount my
together.
Jeep? Yeah, let's
I do
make
like
little
the-
Jeeps. Yeah.
I do like the ducks. I used to have enough just to put in my little console. Now I have to figure out what everyone else does because like they must get some tape or something because theirs are sitting very nicely on
Yeah.
the dash. When I just try
Yeah.
to do that, they go all over the place. So I got to get some Jeep duck supplies, but none of them are Disney themed. None of them are specific IP themed. It's all like vague ideas. Like here's a hot dog as a duck, things like that. They're classy.
Got
Are
it.
you gonna
Yeah, you're
put
keeping
any-
it classy all the way around. I get it.
Devil's stickers on your Polestar 3, Bakalar?
No, the most we ever had was like I had like a license plate bracket on the Forester back in the day, but nothing identifiable anymore. What's that? You look like you're gonna say something, Nikki.
I was gonna ask if y'all have in your states require front plates.
Yeah,
mine don't.
Sucks.
Mine don't.
You know what? Yeah. So me and Mike are in Ohio. They don't require front plates. What should I put on my front plate, decorative wise? Like, what's like a good idea?
Yeah, you could
there?
do anything.
I could do anything.
Your Twitch channel.
I could put a Detroit Red Wings plate up there. I don't want to right in this moment for no particular reason, but
That's fair, but do that. That's okay. Hey, good times and bad. Come on, you know how it goes.
Yeah, good times and bad. Yep.
You know, well, you think I'm happy limping into the playoffs? Come on.
No, but we're never happy. So yeah.
We got to get going. We'll do one more here, and then we'll say goodbye. I guess I'll choose it because I'm up in the queue. Or Nikki, you went, right? Or did you go twice again?
No, you can, you get it.
All right. Okay. Let's do. Well, I know which one I'm not doing. Let's do bird for a bird.
Hey, Dumpers. I was just curious. What's the funniest animal to flip off? Thank you.
I flip off cats all the time. I swear to God.
I love my cat.
Right to their
I flip
face.
him off every day. Every day I give that guy the middle finger.
See, it is really funny with dogs because a lot of them will do like the head tilt and like the ears
or like
raising
lick your
thing.
finger. Yeah.
Shiba, I think it's Shiba Inu.
They react.
Shiba Inu is the best one to flip off because they just look like so innocent and kind of chubby and dopey, and you've just like, you motherfucker. They're just like, what does that mean? It's great.
I would love to flip off a kangaroo. Fuck them.
Sure. But they would
fuck
fuck
like
you up.
assholes.
They would fuck you up.
Those things are scary.
Those
things are so fucking scary.
Because they come at you with all this attitude, and like they're gonna beat you up. Like
They
leave
are-
me alone.
They are so jacked. Like in a way that is literally inhuman because they aren't
Scary.
people. But
Scary.
because they have the basic same shape as a human, it makes it more into even dead. I was kind of freaked out by one.
Well, there aren't.
I was
very
like, this
many-
is scary.
There aren't very many other animals with arms like that, right? That just have arms.
That could like
So,
just,
like,
a boxer's arms. Yes.
Right. So just seeing an animal with arms and like with like biceps, it's kind of it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't like it, and that's why I want to flip him off and tell him to go to hell.
Jesus.
I feel like if you flipped off a monkey like enough times, like one will give it right back to you.
Oh yeah, maybe
they'll learn that behavior.
You're like, I could fucking do that too, bitch. We're not that far apart.
How many
Yeah.
fingers do
Animals-
monkeys have? They have five.
Five?
Do they have a middle
Yeah.
finger? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think only
They've got all of them.
I think they do.
most things are like, yeah, most things get five. Five is one of those weird nature.
Well, like
numbers.
you know, like a lot of like domestic dogs and cats will be like, I've got like 16. It's wild down here. We don't even know what's going on.
Yeah. Flipping off a fish in a fish tank
I just don't know anything.
is
though.
good because it's not gonna. It can't have done anything to you.
And it also can't even like comprehend your existence, let alone.
It doesn't comprehend its own existence,
Yeah.
right? So like, they
For
don't-
sure.
they don't
Somehow
think.
that makes it funnier to me though. Like
That
Yeah,
it
makes
it
does.
funnier.
Well,
But it's like
that's
flipping off a
actually
rock.
that's kind of cosmically fucked up, Grubb.
yeah, no, I know, but I think that's what we're
I'm
going
at the-
for here.
I'm at the point now where like trying to like do some of this stuff like more of psychological exploration with Dylan and being like, you know, Marty's old as fuck, right? And he's talking, he's like, oh, what's Marty thinking right now? I'm like, Marty doesn't really think about any, he just cares about like food and like safety and sort of protecting us and doesn't
Hanging out,
really have
yeah.
like a lot of shit going on. And all that is like a very interesting thing for like a child to see
Yeah.
process.
It
you
is.
know?
They just personify everything. They just assume
Right.
that their experiences have to be like a human experience, and it's like one of the things like, no, we don't really know what it's like to be a dog. We know it's not like being a human, but it's a
Right.
different thing.
Totally.
She just asked how to turn on Goat Simulator 2 players. They got it running, but they just don't know how to
I
make
get
it
it.
2 player. So
I
Flip
get
off
it.
a goat.
Yeah.
No.
I would flip off a goat as well.
Yeah, for sure.
They would
For
eat
sure,
it,
for sure.
but yeah.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, because they're terrifying.
I get
Yeah,
I'd
be too
Goats are
scared
cool. Goats are cool. Their eyeballs are fucked up.
Are we, Mike? If you get the sense you were like you want to flip off
Delicious
animals
also.
that you like make you angry or you don't like, and I thought the whole idea of this is like, what's the funniest one because they're kind of stupid.
Oh no, I think it'd be gratifying. Yeah, you're right. Actually,
Like it sounds
Yeah,
like
I
you have
took this in a
straight beef
darker
with some of these
place.
animals. Like
I took it to a dark place immediately. I'm not much of like a flip off for fun kind of guy, I
Sure.
guess, right?
Okay.
I'm not much of a flip off in anger kind of guy. I'm not much of a flipper offer.
Yeah, that's how I describe you to friends. Listen, folks, We got to get out of
Wait,
here.
can we? Sorry, I just want to hear J and O and how wet that bread.
Nikki.
Yep.
They're
Okay,
they're just good and they're short.
Let's just hit them.
Okay.
Shawn, in any order.
What's up, Dumpos? I need y'all to settle an argument for me. If you're jacking off, are you J-O-ing or are you J-ing O?
Okay, no discussion.
Thank you for your response. Love you, bye.
Thank you, caller. No discussion. We're just gonna go around.
Fair.
You're
Jano.
You're J-O. Yeah.
Jano. Yeah.
Agreed.
I don't understand the question.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. What's the next one?
Give me bread.
When you guys eat a sandwich, how wet do you want it to be?
What?
Before you say not at all, think about this. Lunch meat, it's a little wet. You put some mayo or mustard on the bread, that makes it a little wet too. So think about it. Goodbye.
In the biz, we do call this, like when we're putting mayonnaise on there, getting the bread wet. Like that is like when I worked at Jimmy John's. It's like you want to make sure the bread is wet, so you go all the way to the edge with the mayonnaise. So as a sandwich artist, this is the parlance of our people.
Sure.
Nikki, I hated these last two voicemails.
I know. Leaving us all deeply uncomfortable.
All right,
We brought the whole quality of the show down.
Wait, dude, I don't know. Wait, actually, let me check and see if I got Tam to explain what American dogging meant. I needed him to. Let me just check Slack real quick. I asked him for input there. Let me see if he gave it real quick.
I think the sandwich should be pretty wet. If the bread is hard, I want it to be more wet. I don't like hard bread very much.
I'm Italian. We love hard bread.
Yeah, I like hard bread.
It's bad for I guess my mouth is soft.
Maybe you're allergic.
You want
it hurt
that
I'm allergic.
What's better?
It's okay.
Thanks.
Okay, let's just finish with dig dagging to like reset the vibes.
All right, I do have to go. So yeah.
Yes, reset the vibes. Dig dagging.
What's with how this guy on Overgrub 3D like club adventure? Wow, that was something. What's with how he like walks? Like he's beep bopping, scatting around. Like, you guys ever do like a little boop shoop scuffle doop around your place? You know, little bibbity zip zopping your little feet, your little booty shaking while you're dig dagging around there. You ever do that?
Yeah, caller.
Of course.
Fuck caller.
Of course I do.
What are you?
Yeah.
I'm a human. I'm a human, aren't I?
I have family I want to annoy. Of course I do this. Yes. You gotta come around the corner. I'm dig dagging, and everyone hates it.
Everyone's moving out of my way.
The kids are crying. Yeah.
That's it. That's living, baby. Hey, thanks so much, you guys. Thank you to Jeff Grubb, Nikki Grayson, Mike Minotti, and Turbo Shawn on the ones and twos. We'll be back next week, a brand new show, 707 Exit Flu. That's the number. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to all the chats. Thanks to all the callers. Hope you feel better. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.